Hi, everybody. Who has a ribbon mess? Who has a bucket full of rolls of ribbon? You have to dig through it. You have to lay half of it out on the floor or the table to find the color that you want. Just a major, major mess here. I do. I definitely do. That is for sure right there. Hi, my name's Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit like and hit that bell to get notifications. So let's figure out a solution to our ribbon problem. I took this lid right here. This lid came off of, I believe it came from a banker's box that was probably destroyed, so I had the lid left for some reason. So we're going to do a little thing here and make us a little spot to keep our ribbon in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some craft paper because, of course, we're going to have to wrap this box and make it look a little bit different than just the white. Definitely don't need to do that. It would have been fine as it is because it's going to lay and you're not going to see anything but the sides. But you know, what do we do as crafters? We always have to go over and above and beyond on when we do things. So I just cut it to size here, and I'm just going to start wrapping the whole thing. Hindsight, it might have been better to leave the box unfolded and wrapped it, and then refold it. I don't know. Do it however you want to do it. I did it a little crazy here. You know, I didn't do my corners very good. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's just covering the white part of the box. And I did at a later time go ahead and decorate it up a little bit. Just I took some vinyl letters and put ribbon on the side of it. Not a big deal. So anyway, this is also a good project to do if you don't want to do it into a cardboard box like this. You know the 12 by 12 plastic paper holders, scrapbook paper holders. You can also do the same thing in there. Obviously, this next part that we're going to do, they'd be a little bit different length and stuff like that. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm taking more cardboard, and I take this wonderful little cutter, you guys. If you do a lot of cardboard cutting or anything like that, this little guy is fun to have in your arsenal of tools to use. It is to cut foam poster board, cardboard, things like that, but it's electric. Well, it's rechargeable. You just squeeze and go, and it just kind of, you know, like a rotary cutter, an automatic rotary cutter. But it's absolutely amazing. It saves your hand. You don't bend the cardboard all up, and you can get it done. See how quickly we can get it done fairly quickly here. So I just made 3 dividers, and I cut the ends off. I probably shouldn't have cut the ends off. Here's another thing that make sure to size it first, because these ended up being a little bit shorter than I felt like they should be. Also, in hindsight, see how I just stuck them in there like that. I think that if I put tabs on the ends, that would have been better and a little more long lasting, I guess you could say. Okay, this next part is I took chipboard, cardstock. It's it's a little bit thicker board right here, and we're going to cut some little squares, and this is what we're actually going to wrap our ribbon around. Now, if you look on Amazon or probably if you went to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, places like that, they have pieces that you can buy that you can wrap your wind your ribbon on. If you wanted to do that, if you didn't want to cut them yourself, but I already had these, so I just kind of felt like
blocks.
use what I have rather than going and buying more stuff, because just what we need, more stuff, right? We all have lots and lots of stuff. We're gonna call it stuff today, right? So anyway, so what I ended up doing was I just take the ribbon off the spool and I put it on this cardstock right here, just like that. Now, the first thing I did was I taped the end of it. And I'll show you later on in the video, I ended up switching over to straight pins that I stuck in the end of it. Now, if you stick the straight pins in there, you're going to have a hole in your ribbon, obviously, where you stick through. But the tape just wasn't staying stuck for me. So I end up going to the straight pin on that. So now here, all I am doing is I'm taking these small rolls of ribbon and I'm just wrapping them around. Now, getting yourself going right off the bat on getting everything in your little container like this, it does take some time. This is a good project when you're watching TV or watching playlists or things like that you could sit down and do. So like I said, it does take a little bit of time, but once you get it done, it is nice that when you buy a roll of ribbon or whatever, you can just unwind it and get it in there. So here I'm just showing you what I'm doing here, and see, I put a little piece of tape on there. Anyway, so, and you just keep going. You just keep going with all of those things of ribbon. So that makes it a nice way you can just look in this container and you can see the colors you have, organize it by color, and just grab it, get off what you want to get off of there, and then put it back in there. It's very nice. It's also a nice way to see when you're almost out of ribbon, things like that. I really, really like how this turned out, and I like the simplicity of it. What I end up doing in the end is, here I am gluing those in. Like I said, it would probably be better to put like little tabs down there, maybe even some duct tape just to make it simple, just to hold those on. Now mine have not fallen off, once I glued them on there, but I think it would be a little more reinforced if you used a little bit of tape on the ends, or even had it where it bit over, you know what I'm saying, at a 90-degree angle. But anyway, I love being able to pull this out and looking at it and knowing, hey, I'm almost out of red ribbon. I don't have very much red ribbon left, or, whatever it may be. Now, I did go one step further when I did get mine completely done, is I made mine in order by color. So all the red ribbons together, all the white ribbons together, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now I ended up making, I'm just going to be honest with you here, I ended up making like 4 of these boxes full. I had that much ribbon, ladies. Yes, I did. And I'll, be totally transparent here. I made this a while back and did this video a while back, and life has been happening, so I'm just showing you guys this again. But anyway, I'm down to 2 now. And what's nice also is I'm not just going out and buying ribbon, because I know exactly what I have and I'm not having to dig through something to see it. So anyway, I also did end up dropping these down into one of those plastic totes, like I was telling you about, the scrapbook totes. I left them in the cardboard thing and just dropped it down inside there, just so that it has a lid on it, because I did drop it a couple times and they went everywhere. But anyway, so now we're looking at, this is all the small things of ribbon. Now you can kind of do the same thing when you have a little bit thicker ribbon, a little bit wider ribbon, just like this burlap-like ribbon I have here. I just think you should probably do it on a little bit bigger of a blank, so that it fits on there. Now, when you get into these big, huge rolls of ribbon like this, also, you're going to end up putting a ton on one cartridge or one holder, and it does get very, very big. I did do this and put it in the plastic container with my larger ribbon. Now, I did this with the larger ribbon that I have used some off of the roll. You buy some of those big, huge rolls of ribbon, like from Sam's and stuff like that, and, I don't know, what is that, like 1,000,000 yards or something? That would take up a lot of space. But see, that looks kind of funny in that little tote like that. But you can do it, make you a different size box, and, same concept with the big ones. All right, let's jump in here real quick and talk about this playlist, Get Organized. This is by the Take 5 group, which is Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette, myself from Funky Junk Inspiration, and Mary from the Painted Peach. We'd love it if you go check out each one of our channels, subscribe to each channel, and I want to remind you that we do playlists every Friday at 5. Okay, so I kind of jumped ship here, jumped over to something else, I guess you could say, and I wanted to show you guys just another quick thing. Now, I'm not going to put this together because it's already together. This is a way that I organize my paints. I take these little crates from the Dollar Tree, and you see I just kind of stack them, just like that. And then I put them on that little Lazy Susan so that I can spin them around. Now, I actually stack, I have a set like this, and then I have another one that I made. And I set it on top of it, which works out really great if you have the room and you have the space, and it can turn freely. You got to be careful when you get up too high. You don't want it to topple over. But, and then again, I put my paints in here by color. I like how this turned out. It turned out really good. Now, why I didn't paint all my little crates, I don't know. But I also have this other little Lazy Susan for some other colors of paint because I ran out of the little crates. I needed to make some more. But see how I kind of separated, for the most part, most of the colors and stuff. Now, my orange box was full, so you saw an orange piece in that, or an orange thing of paint in that other thing. This is another thing that's good. Do we need more than 8 bottles of orange paint? Probably not. So you can fit 8 in each crate, and so, you know, you guys know what I'm saying. We don't really need all that. So anyway, I jumped back over to the ribbon thing right there, and I'm just going to put a couple more of them together to show you. And I really, you know, I still use this, like I said, this was recorded a while back, and I still use this today, and I really like being able to see what I have. You know, as creatives, we're usually pretty visual on things, and this does make it nice, so I know that I don't need to go buy any more of this color of paint or whatnot. So, not real sure what I'm doing right here, but, you know, I think I was talking about, oh, I know, I was trying to explain the paint, the way I stacked the paint things together. How I put 2 and then spun it around. You know, there is a little gap between some of them. But anyway, here we go. Now, see, this isn't the real thin ribbon. This is probably the maybe 3/4 of an inch wide ribbon. I'm not sure. Just make sure that when you make your little cardboard pieces that you put it on, that it's wide enough to handle whatever size ribbon that you put on there. So we're just going to wind this up right here. And you know what surprised me is, you know, like those little spools, how much is actually on the little spools? Now, some of them, you know, you get from the Dollar Tree and places like that, they have a lot less on there. But, you know, I know it tells you the measurement, but you really don't realize exactly how much ribbon that you have on there. Like, look at this ribbon. It seems like it's going forever and ever and ever, you know, a lot more on there than you think. Because if you guys are like me, when I need the ribbon, and let's say I wanted this pink ribbon with the white polka dots, I probably would buy 2 or 3 of them because I just felt like I didn't know how much that I needed. So then now I have a whole bunch of this ribbon. That's kind of what happened. But see how thick that got on there? Especially compared to some of the others that we just did a few minutes ago. But see, looks really cute. Even though that sticks up a little higher than some of the others, because it's a little poofier, it still fits in there. They're nice and neat. Now, one of the things that I did do to help me, if I don't have a full row, is I would take an empty spool and stick in there to kind of keep it held up and, you know, without a bunch of spaces in there. Because, of course, I kept the spools because you never know, we may come up with some sort of craft to do with the spools, right? Oh, you guys, silly things that we do. Right here, I'm showing you how I just stuck that little spool in there. Again, I want to thank all the hosts, which is myself, Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette, Mary from the Painted Peach, with our playlist from Take 5. Please subscribe to all our channels. Check everybody out. If it's something you like, hit that little bell so you get notifications. And we'll see you guys next week.